The StormBreaker bomb introduces new game principles. In modern military conflicts, one can often observe the following paradox. The cost of hitting a target in some cases far exceeds the cost of the target itself. For example, Israel uses Tamir missiles costing from $80,000 to $100,000 to neutralize cheap Arab extremist Qassam missiles, which cost only a few $100s. The Americans are also spending millions of dollars on missiles to destroy the cheap vehicles of ISIS Shaheeds. Raytheon's developers are well aware of this problem, and that is why they have created weapons that can effectively kill the enemy while minimizing costs. One of these revolutionary models is the GBU-53B StormBreaker, a guided manipulation missile. Guided bombs are no longer surprising, as there are many different models of this type of weapon in service in different countries. For example, the United States has GBU 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 20, 22, and GBU 43. And Russia has KB 500, KB 1500, and PBK 500U drill. The same lists include the German Hs.293, 294, and 295, the French BLG1000 ERCOLE, and the Israeli GRIFFIN, GUILLOTINE, WIZZARD, OPHER, and WIZZARD. The list goes on. However, Raytheon has managed to produce the GBU-53B StormBreaker guided bomb, formerly known as the Small Diameter Bomb 2, which is truly impressive. Its range is particularly impressive, an incredible 110 kilometers or 68 miles to a stationary target. The word incredible is used to describe a real breakthrough. For example, the newest Russian bomb, the PBK 500U drill, which was advertised by the Russians, has a range of only 30 kilometers or 19 miles. It is usually stated that a guided aircraft bomb helps to prevent an aircraft from getting into an enemy air defense zone. After the bomb is released, it is guided to a dangerous target and strikes. However, 30 kilometers or 19 miles is a very modest range. Such a range will only protect against short-range air defense systems like the FIM-92 Stinger air defense system. However, it is worth noting that even the outdated MIM-104A standard missile used in the Patriot air defense system has a range of 70 kilometers or 43 miles. As for the MIM-104C PAC-2, which is currently in service, its range already reaches 160 kilometers or 99 miles. However, a range of 110 kilometers or 68 miles is a completely different scale characteristic. Consider the example of the Russian S-400 air defense missile system, which can hit a target at a distance or 400 kilometers or 248 miles. But at what distance will it be able to recognize American stealth aircraft, such as the F-35? This is a question of great importance. Some experts say that this distance does not exceed 100 kilometers or 62 miles. This means that the F-35 can conduct operations against Russian air defense without getting into its range. Now let's move on to the next point. You are probably unaware that we have mentioned that the range reaches 110 kilometers or 68 miles when hitting stationary targets. Does this mean that you are asking about the possibility of using the GBU-53B bomb against moving targets? That's right. This bomb can effectively hit moving tanks and other military targets at a distance of up to 70 kilometers or 43 miles. This is the first time a guided bomb with such capabilities has been developed in the world. How exactly did Raytheon engineers manage to achieve such impressive performance? The most exciting feature of StormBreaker is its guidance system. Firstly, the munition uses an inertial system with correction by the GPS satellite system. Secondly, the bomb is equipped with a homing head that includes 3 independent channels, a semi-active laser head, a built-in millimeter wave radar, and an infrared camera. These 3 channels can work simultaneously and exchange information, which significantly increases the accuracy of targeting. This variety of guidance methods allows you to choose the best scenario for hitting the target. For example, in a situation with a stationary target and known coordinates, you can program these coordinates into the munition's memory. After the bomb is dropped, it independently adjusts its trajectory using radar as it approaches the target. If the target is moving, it can first be identified by laser designation from the aircraft, and the bomb's semi-active laser head can be activated. As the target is approached, the radar is automatically activated to more accurately guide the munition to the target. In the final stages, the munition uses infrared guidance. This type of bomb can be successfully used regardless of weather conditions, even when there is dust on the ground or the enemy creates smoke screens. The StormBreaker control system has another powerful tool that significantly expands the capabilities of this weapon. a two-band data exchange channel. This can be seen in the realized scenario of hitting a moving target during the test. During this scenario, a F/A-18EF Super Hornet fighter jet dropped a GBU-53B bomb and later identified the target and transmitted its coordinates to the StormBreaker. In the end, the target was successfully destroyed. The data link allows for the redirection of munitions as well as network control. For example, one aircraft can drop a bomb, and another aircraft or unmanned aerial vehicle can direct it to the target. Engineers also managed to solve the problem of a sharp increase in the range of the munition. Its shape is clearly defined, like that of a missile, and is characterized by the ratio of length to diameter. In particular, with a length of 69 inches or 176 centimeters, the diameter is 6 inches or 15 centimeters. Conventional bombs, due to their large size, have less favorable aerodynamics, as they are designed to fall, not fly. In addition, they use folding wings with a large area, which is different from the characteristics of such a munition. In this aspect, the StormBreaker resembles a glider, which explains its long range. The bomb's warhead contains a high explosive charge that has both fragmentation and cumulative effects, making it effective against infantry, armored vehicles, including main battle tanks, open structures, and buildings, as well as patrol boats that are similar in size to a boat, and other low-visibility targets. The bomb has a weight of 204 pounds or 93 kilograms, half of which is accounted for by the homing head. You, our dear viewers, may have a question. Of course, the GBU-53B is an excellent munition, but it still has its limitations compared to air-to-air missiles, which are even more effective at hitting targets without the need for an aircraft to enter the enemy's air defense zone. So what is the real value of the GBU-53B StormBreaker? Two key aspects are size and cost. The F-35 stealth fighter can carry up to 8 such bombs without losing its radar performance in the internal bay, as they are only 15 centimeters or 6 inches in diameter. In comparison, the F-15E can mount 28 such bombs on both the internal and external suspension. The GBU-38 guided bomb, the closest in terms of parameters to the GBU-53B, weighs 229 kilograms or 504 pounds, and has a diameter of 27 centimeters or 14 inches, almost twice as large, has a maximum range of only 16 kilometers or 10 miles, and cannot hit moving objects. In fact, before the invention of the StormBreaker, the U.S. Army had to use either the A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft, which was armed with 6 AGM-65 missiles with a range of 28 kilometers or 17 miles, and a guidance system with a television or infrared homing head to destroy, say, tanks. Another alternative was the AH-64 Apache helicopter, which could be armed with 2 AGM-114 Hellfire missiles with a range of 11 kilometers and a semi-active laser guidance system. It is worth noting that the cost of the AGM-65 is $180,000, and the AGM-114 Hellfire is $100,000. The cost of the GBU-53B is currently $195,000, while the cost of 15 years of operation is $128,000. With such indicators, there is a much lower risk of losing a helicopter or airplane worth from $14 to $15 million, and most importantly, the risk of loss of life. The use of StormBreaker is especially justified in local conflicts with an enemy that is outdated or inexpensive low-tech weapons. This approach avoids the situation when it is necessary to spend $10 to hit an imaginary target that costs $1. That is why the Pentagon hopes for the success of the new munition. The development of GBU-53B StormBreaker began in 2006, and the first test drop on a training target took place on July 17, 2012, over the White Sands training ground. The F-15E Strike Eagle carrier aircraft detected the target, transmitted the necessary data to the bomb, and dropped it. The munition used all of its guidance aids and hit the target accurately. In 2015, the U.S. Department of Defense ordered a pilot batch of 144 units, and mass production began in 2018. This ammunition is currently used on F-15E Strike Eagle aircraft. After the weapons control system software is updated, it will be available on all variants of the F-35 fighter, including the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. On June 15, 2020, a new test was conducted aimed at integrating the advanced bomb into the Navy's deck aircraft. The product was first detonated by an F/A-18EF Super Hornet fighter jet at an unspecified test site, followed by a controlled flight and the defeat of a training target. According to current plans, the Fa-18EF will be the second aircraft to deploy this advanced bomb in the U.S. Armed Forces, and it currently remains the only carrier in the Navy. More than 17,000 attack aircraft have been produced at the combat plant. The U.S. allies have also shown interest in this promising weapon. Already in 2016, there was information about the imminent signing of a U.S.-South Korean contract. The Air Force of the Republic of Korea intends to use GBU-53B bombs to enhance the combat capabilities of F-15K aircraft. Negotiations with Australia started in 2017. This country plans to buy 3,900 bombs to arm the F-35A fighters. The implementation of 2 export contracts will begin shortly, but not before the start of deliveries to the U.S. Armed Forces. The introduction of the GBU-53B StormBreaker indicates that the Pentagon is not only aiming to ensure victory, but also to achieve it at minimal cost. This is a positive strategy that is being recognized. Recent global events in the world emphasize that the United States will have to manage its finances with greater care if it wants to maintain its advantage over China and Russia. If you enjoyed the video, give us thumbs up for our labor. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There will be many more interesting videos about modern weapons.